Hey, hope you're all well. So this video is going to be a little bit different for me. Normally I don't do gear related videos or reviews, but today I actually wanted to talk about the Nikon Z mount. Yes, I'm Canadian. The 24 to 200 f4 to 6.3 zoom lens. Now, this is a lens that I've been using for about, I would say about 8 months now. And just want to do a video with it because I'm super impressed. I've loved this lens from the day I bought it and first put it on my Z6. So the reason why I got this lens, there's basically two basic reasons. The first reason was I needed something in this range because I do a lot of microstock photography, and so that means a lot of cityscape, that means a lot of landscape. I do a lot of rural abandonment photography for my sort of book cover stuff, and I try to do a little bit of portraiture as well. So I was looking for a lens that was multi-purpose, that could do a bunch of stuff, but didn't really break the bank, and so that's what I wanted out of this lens. And what I was doing before I got this, when I switched from the Nikon D750 to the mirrorless Z6, I bought the 14 to 30 wide angle lens with the camera, and then I used the Z adapter or the F to Z adapter to use my Nikon or my Nikon 24 to 120 f4. So I had adapted that until I was able to get this one and replace or stop using the 24 to 120 f. So that's kind of what that's kind of the situation here, and so I'm going to give you my thoughts on this lens. Like I said, it's f4 to f6.3, 24 to 200 in range. It's a beautiful lens. When you zoom it out, it's about this big, so it's pretty small, it's pretty compact. Feels great when you have it on the camera and you're holding it. I love the Z mount lenses, the wideness of the lens mount here, so much more than the F mounts. I don't know why. That's one of those irrational things that people just, you know it's irrational, but you don't care. I love how it feels. And how it looks and how that mount, how wide the mount is, no reason why. It's got a lock on here to prevent it from zooming out. It's great for in the bag. I don't really use that because the zoom is really tight. It's got an aperture ring here you can use. I don't really use that so much. It's a VR lens, so it's stabilized, so it works great with the Z6, which is also stabilized. You have to shut it off in camera, which is fine. It'd be neat to have on the lens itself, but for an economy lens, you have to expect a little bit of some reductions there. What I have found on the VR, the stabilization, is that when I'm right out to 200, and I have some low light, it's often, I do get a little bit of shake, a little softness in my images, but I think that's kind of to be expected. And so for me, I guess the big thing here is that coming over from a D750 and having used the 24 to 120 f4 for a while now, this lens is absolutely, there is no comparison between the two lenses. So if you are more of a hobbyist and you're at that D750 level and you're thinking about switching over to the Z mount and you're looking for a lens to go and sort of bundle with that, this lens it's so much better than the 24 to 200 or 24 to 120 f mount that you can't even put into words how much better. The light across the whole image is so much better. The amount of vignetting that I was getting on my 24 to 120 was insane compared to this, and not vignetting in a good way either. I thought it was quite ugly vignetting, but this is like super bright from corner to corner. It's super sharp, And it's been a great addition to my tool bag. It's allowed me to essentially have a 2-lens kit, the 14 to 30 f4 and this 24 to 200 variable. So you can get by basically with these two lenses and just have a great all-around experience without having to switch lenses too much, which is also actually something that I don't like doing as well. I'm not one of those people that loves to have a bag around and to be flipping through lenses constantly. So you get a lens, you can put it on, and you can just go with it all day. The range is just perfect for that walk around lens. So I'm going to jump into the computer here, and I'm going to show you a few samples of images. I want to show you sort of what the range looks like, 24 to 200, if you're curious about what you can expect and what you can do when you're standing at sort of a single point. I'm also going to show you some close-up images of some of the shots that I took more at the 200 range, handheld, so you get a sense of what you can do with this lens. Okay, so yeah, this is an image that I took recently, just some abandonment photography. And I love the long lens, the zoom range for this type of work. Actually, this one's at 190 millimeters, so not zoomed all the way out to 200. I'm just going to show you what this looks like at 100%. You can see it's just super sharp here. Looks great at 190. You can see a little bit of the grass. I was actually laying on the gravel road when I took this, so that's like blurred right out. But what I want to show you, I have not put any vignetting in post on this, and you can see that there's almost no vignetting here. It's bright, right down to the corners. You can see a little bit of vignetting, but not a lot. Just it's easier to see with the blue sky and the clouds here, but just looks great. A couple of sensor spots here, but nothing to do with the lens. Just looks great right across the whole image. So yeah, this is at 190. Here's a shot that's taken from the same gravel road, roughly the same spot. Just this is at 32, so not even as wide as the lens goes. But you can see how much of a difference this lens will make. When you're standing in a specific spot and you want to zoom in or go really wide. It's just got a great range, and I got a little bit of vignetting on this, but if you can see up here, it's just bright right into the corners. Not much vignetting at all on this image. You can see really bright. So I just love that, because I love to be able to add in the vignetting afterwards. I don't like having to sort of try to mess around with it in post. And so I want a bright lens. I don't want to have to deal with it. If I want vignetting, I get to add it on my own and the way I want to add it with the controls that I have in Lightroom. So here's two great examples of what this lens can do. Okay, so here's a couple of more images. I've got two here. This one is taken at 115, so about roughly the middle of the range. Once again, no vignette added, so you can see how bright the lens is corner to corner. It looks really great. If you zoom in, this is taken handheld, so this is at 1/50th of a second, 115 here. You can see how, and this is with the VR on, the VR on, you can see how sharp the road is and this bridge. Everything is nice and clean right across. There's a truck on the other side there of the valley. It just looks great, even at 150 at f11. Nice and crisp and clean, and great colors in the image. So I'll just show you here at 120 what that looks like. So this one's taken zoomed right in. can see the difference here. And let's just zoom in. You can see how sharp this is. This is 1/80th, so I've dropped this down to f8 just to let a little more light in, because when I was at f11 at 200 in these conditions, I was getting a little bit of motion, a little softness in the shot. So I just went down to f8 to help with that. But yeah, you can see that it's still really nice, nice and sharp right in through the middle of this image. Obviously this is out of focus here, but yeah, it looks great. Great color, clean and bright all the way through, so that I can add my own vignette if that's what I want to do. So yeah, just beautiful lens, great range. To show you just another set of images here, and then that should give you a sense of what this lens can do. So I'm going to take you through another couple more shots. This one is at 70. It's taken at 1/640th of a second, and it's got a 7.1 aperture. You can see it's zooming in at 100. It's nice and sharp. Every shingle here looks great. Every brick is sharp. So beautiful, beautiful color. No, there's a bit of vignetting here I've added in post, but if I just take that off, you can see how nice and clean the lens is all the way through. So I've got this second image here. I'll just show you. Here I am at 24. Great scene. I've got no vignetting added, so nice and bright corner to corner again. If I zoom into 100, you can see it looks great here, nice and sharp. Renders really well. You can see all of that. Yeah, it just looks great right across the image. Everything is where you would want it to be. No complaints about this lens at all. So yeah, those are the sets of images that I want to show you just to get a sense of what you can do with this stabilized lens. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. You know, like I said, probably too many times, is it's really nice corner to corner, sharp, very limited vignetting, great range from 24 to 200 millimeter. Beautiful lens. It's just if you only have one lens in your bag and you don't have a lot of money, this is a great lens to take with you. Yeah, all around beautiful lens for the amount of dollars that it costs. It could have a few features that it doesn't have, but for the money, you can't complain too much about it. Yeah, so anyway, hopefully this was helpful, like I said, and if you have any comments or thoughts on the lens, I'd love to hear them, how it's worked for you. Anyway, we'll see you on the next one. Hope you all stay well, and you know, keep putting the running the shutter counts up on those cameras. All right, take care.